Handshake. Yeah.
The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult contents, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So, in other words, get your kids out the room.
Live at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
Oh, I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop Podcast.
What's up? Yo, that's what the man says, man. Yeah, man, we're back in the shop, man. Officially open.
Much love.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, man, as we do all the time, man. I'm your boy Q. Next to me is the fly guy.
Madness
in the building, man. So, man, it's always everything, man.
Hey, man, all is well, man.
All is well.
Yeah, so far, life is good.
Yeah. It's a rough day for you today, you said, but you're in the shop.
Yeah, we don't sleep, man. This team no sleep, man.
Yeah, Mr. Never Sleep.
2023, man, get the bag, stay up.
Yeah, Mr. Never Sleep is not in the building, but we got another Never Sleep in the building.
I hear that, man. Yeah.
Mr. Never Sleep is not in the building.
The big boss is out, so
yeah, man. But we're gonna chop it up tonight, man. A lot of things happening now, as we see on the news, the situation, the train, the rail, and we're gonna talk about the black-owned business.
Most deaf.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that also, man.
Okay, I'm with it, man. How you doing tonight, man? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man.
Good
I'm
stuff,
feeling
man.
good all day, man. I'm
Good
feeling
stuff.
blessed. Yeah.
All right. So how you want to do this? You want to bring in?
Yeah, we'll bring in the other house.
Let's do it, man. We got one more host out there tonight.
Yeah, it's a man cave tonight.
Let's get it.
It's a man cave tonight. Where's Black Republican?
Oh,
Hey man,
Why, man?
listen, put some respect on the name, man.
Mr. Blacks Republican in the house. What's up, Blacks? What's up, Black? How it's been, man?
Chilling.
Chilling.
Doing some stuff, man. I'm looking at all these patterns, man, with these trains, man.
Uh-oh.
3 of them so far, man. South Carolina, Ohio, now Houston.
Yep.
All chemicals?
Baby.
Nah, man, they planning some stuff, man.
They're all chemicals.
Yeah.
Well, they're putting
planning.
blinders on us,
They
man.
planning.
Yeah. But I was looking at that one, the one in Ohio, because that is more fresh in the news. But what I've been seeing and harmful is the chemical that's spilled.
Oh, it's bad. They used to use it in World War I against like soldiers and all of that, man. It's called vinyl chloride.
Yeah,
literally that thing can cause all sorts of issues, man. Cancerous problems down the road. It's killing wildlife.
It's
killing wildlife. It's contaminating rivers. There's all sorts of issues, man. You know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna sit there and breathe in all of this stuff, and then they're telling people that, oh no, we're the EPA. We've tested the air and we've tested the water, and everything is fine. You guys are straight. Go right back ahead and do your thing.
Dive in.
Yeah, and they say they're doing soil testing also, and all these things. But
they full of it, man.
But what this looks like to you? It looks like just a big payout now after this situation, or
terrorist attack.
Well, they said they fired
health issues.
They said they fired one of the chief guys in a railroad station. You know what I'm saying? Like a few days before this happened.
But one guy going down, that doesn't fix the situation.
No. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is though, is that brings it up in in kind of like a suspicious type of activity though, because if you think about it,
yeah,
they said a train literally, the rails looked like they were on fire going all the way down for like miles. No sensors were tripped. When they crossed the railroad, no camera was tripped. Because every time you cross a road
yeah,
crossing,
The
each of
markers.
yes,
those
Mhm.
sections
yeah.
are
A
lit
sensor
up on
goes
a
off.
grid. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're lit on a grid. There's a lot of sensors in those areas that will tell you something, some kind of issue. Nobody on the train knew, what was going on. Nothing. Just this train just randomly just flying through the city. You get what I'm saying? And just derails, and then it's there leaking everything, leaking all the fumes and all that. Instead of them just taking the time
yeah,
and either disposing of it, the proper way, they made the decision of blowing it up, thinking that they're just gonna burn the chemicals out. So now it's up in the air, it's getting all in the clouds, it's raining down acid rain on people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's Man, trust me. I think that this is a giant either something's going on the inside, or
I,
maybe we're just in a point of where accidents just happen like this.
I know your
That's it.
thoughts and your
3 though,
research.
Blacks?
I know.
I don't know, man.
I know Black's thoughts and research is different than
Than the average.
yeah, than the average.
Hey,
You
listen,
you
listen.
go
Yeah.
you go deep when you go deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people call me a conspiracy theorist, but let me tell you something.
I don't think
There's
so.
a long list
Yeah.
of things that ain't a conspiracy or ain't a theory anymore.
Theory anymore. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? A
yeah.
long
It's only
list.
a theory until they start providing truth, man.
And we just
Yeah.
add into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I've
this
seen
is mad sketchy though, man.
yeah, I've seen a lot of that where you mention, and I do my little background search and I see stuff and I say, but Blacks was saying this a long time ago, but I can't
It's coming into fruition now. So,
for real, man.
Blacks, would you say it's the same chemical on all 3 trains? It's the same
I'm not
chemical?
sure. They're not really reporting as far as what was on the other ones. Yeah, I mean, they're not going into a lot of details. And even with this whole the Michigan one, like if nobody was reporting on it or called it in, I'm wondering if they would even have noticed,
Mm.
because they were pretty silent. I think the whole thing happened in like early February, and the news didn't start reporting until like in the 10th, 12th.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
The one
later,
in
Of this month, yeah.
the one in Ohio, that was like on the 3rd of February.
yeah, and they didn't start reporting on to like a week after or more. You know what I'm
Maybe,
saying?
but yeah, but you can remind us of the states that you said these are occurred in: Detroit,
South Carolina.
No, Ohio. You had
Ohio.
Ohio, South Carolina, and Texas, or Houston, Texas.
But
All
because
derails,
we've been seeing
derailed
this.
trains carrying chemicals.
Yeah,
Well, you just made mention of Michigan just now. You said Michigan.
Oh.
Because that's one that came up.
You-
Like,
No. The one in Ohio was heading to Michigan.
Okay. Because the tech,
Wow.
the tech in the building just looked like, what is he talking about? But
yeah.
you catch him up back. Yeah, but so what's your thoughts on it, Blacks? Because I know you we don't want to call you a conspiracy theory, but you go deep. And what you think
keep
it's
my ears
about?
open, man.
It's an inside terrorism.
No, I think what they're doing is they're drumming something up though, because if you think about all the stuff that they're doing, they're talking about food shortages. They're talking about remember they were mentioning that this year there's gonna be a new bio issue that we're gonna have to deal with, and that we might have to go back into lockdown and all this extra stuff. Remember the last time they said this back in 2019, we ended up with on 2020.
The
You know what I'm
jab.
saying? And that's still going on. Certain
Yeah.
states, they're still pushing those kind of crazy policies. You know what I mean? So I don't put anything past these people. These people are ridiculous, because they evacuated the town, right? Not
Yeah.
even like the whole area. They evacuated, a certain I guess I said perimeter, like a certain distance. And then they told these people like, yeah, you could come back, it's fine, everything's good and dandy. But then you find out now people are having issues. Their livestock is dying. Their pets are having breathing problems. people they know is having breathing problems. There's all sorts of issues going on right now. So they're saying that, that why are they telling us everything is safe when it's not? And then no
Yeah.
one's answering any kind of questions. There was
But
an independent reporter that was trying to sit in on the town. I guess they were doing like a town hall meeting or something like that.
yeah.
And he was trying to sit in on it, and they ended up kicking him out. But he didn't want to leave because he's like, no, this is my job. I got to report on it. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up booting the man out, and they threatened him, and they told him, look, if you don't leave, we're gonna arrest you. So now he's like, well, he's letting them know, like, I'm the press. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm here to report on this. Is a serious situation. So now the guy that owns the building that they were doing the meeting in told the guy, well, I own the building and you need to get out. So now the two officers is like, okay, now you get, you're trespassing now at this point.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So the guy refused to leave. They end up tackling him down on the ground, arresting him. You know what I'm saying? And so my whole thing is, if you have this individual coming in and he's trying to get information on what's going on,
Yeah.
your first decision is to arrest him. You know what I'm saying? Why won't you like work with him and try and get some information and say, okay, this is what's going on, this and that. But because he
Yeah.
was independent media,
Yeah.
they were like, nah, you need to kick rocks.
Yeah. They're
So
not
what other
controlled.
talks is happening up in there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's some issues too, because they were saying that the day before it happened that they had they reduced their hazmat restrictions, chemical and hazmat restrictions, and they reduced
Day
what it was
before.
like a train regulation. They reduced before the day before that happened. So people are saying that looks kind of sketchy also. And then the mayor himself, he went on and he was talking about all sorts of stuff. And he mentioned the train incident not even once. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
'Cause
So
he
there's a
seemed
lot of
like
stuff.
he was talking
People
about
are
something
wondering why
related
is
to
there such a
school. I
media
don't-
blackout on the whole thing.
On the train on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
People started doing their own research on it because the EPA is saying this stuff is safe to it's safe. So now you have other individuals that's familiar with the chemical that are coming out and they're talking about it. And they're like, look, if it goes to like, 10 parts per billion, that's considered, like high levels of toxicity. So
Yeah, and I also see where article where they're saying the chemical to the soil that can stay for years,
yeah.
sit in the soil for years.
Yeah, it's toxic, man. It's beyond
Yeah.
toxic. And the way they're dealing with this, it doesn't seem right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem right because there's a lot of people livelihood right now is damaged by this, especially this year where everything, inflation, all of that, housing, all of, I mean, all this crazy stuff is going down. And then now you turn around and do this. And then what was crazy is they're saying that they didn't have to blow up the train because it was
Yeah.
leaking. It wasn't on fire. They chose to blow up the train. You get what I'm saying?
Wow. So they
So
choose to do that?
yeah, it didn't just blow up on its own.
Wow. I thought it was because of the chemical why it went in flames, but they
Nah.
actually wow.
So now, and here's what, and now I'm gonna dig in my bag on this one, because last year they released Netflix put out a movie called White Noise, where a train was going across the crossing and a truck hit it, right? Derailed the train, and the train was carrying hazardous chemicals on it, which caused an explosion and started contaminating everything in the area. And that train crash with the derailment and the chemicals happened in Ohio in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
It happens. Wow. It happens there in the same place. And now the real
Not in the
thing
exact place, but it's in the same.
it plays
You know
out.
what I mean? Yeah. So you got to think about this now. How are you going to put out this thing and then just out of nowhere, this random situation just happens? And then now this is in focus. It's kind of like, how they say like predictive programming, where they set your attention. First, what they'll do is they'll hold up a sign or they'll put up the distraction. And then now that you're focusing on the distraction, they send in the parade. So now you're straight focused on the parade. And then they're doing all this other stuff in the background. Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Like the
Okay.
fact that, America has random warships or just surrounded the whole country and all the waters. They're not talking about that. They're talking about the balloons that they're shooting down and all of that. They're not talking about what was the specifics with the balloons. The other the one
Yeah,
in the one by Canada, the one by Antarctica, they're not talking about those. So right now you got, let's see, a total of 8 days they shot down 1 balloon and 3 unidentified, objects that they're
objects.
not
Yeah,
talking about. So my whole thing is there's a bunch of distractions going on right now. And while they're distracting, they're causing a lot of problems, man. And these are coming from the individuals that's like, oh yeah, carbon tax, give me more money. Oh, you want to use your electric stove, or you want to use your gas stove? Give me more money. Oh, you want to use your gas vehicle? Give me more money. And then what are they doing? They blow up a pipeline over across the ocean. Yeah, I'm saying causing eco damage,
yeah.
causing this damage right now in Ohio. Like,
Mm-mm.
what's going on here? Who's being held accountable for all of this? How you gonna sit here and hold us accountable for all this other nonsense? But here you are doing even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like this, brother, this thing can travel. The situation in Ohio can cause issues for people like 20 years on.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
that's what they said. It could be long term.
That's dangerous, man.
It's dangerous. It could be long term.
What's a possible fix for this thing, Black?
Ah, boy, I don't know, man.
You
I
can't
don't
move
know, because
out.
here's the thing: is the spot that it happened.
You can't move
If you
all
look,
county.
there's nothing but housing,
Yeah,
and then the problem is it's spreading like 400 miles away.
by the water and everything.
Whoever that was in charge of watching over that shipment, whoever that was in charge of regulations, whoever that was in charge of silencing the whole thing, all of that, the whole from top to bottom,
But
they need to be sought in either court or something. Legal actions have to be held,
Yeah,
because
but-
there's a lot of people livelihood that's
That's
gone.
ruined
because of
behind
this.
this.
yeah, but how you defend a derail? How you defend that? If an accident is an accident,
Well, no, but the thing is, it can be an accident, yes, but whoever made the call to blow it up. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, I'm understanding it now. The call to blow it up.
Yeah, whoever made that call, they need to be held accountable for that, because that's
Okay.
serious. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe that's just something protocol that they train to do in case of something. Because why would you blow up in a situation like that in a neighborhood where people, livestock, everything, life?
Mhm.
Why would the decision be blow it up?
Yeah, and then what's crazy about it? It's right beside a major waterway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they know for a fact that if the chemicals mix a certain way, it can be hazardous, like lethal hazardous. You get me? What I'm saying?
Okay.
And for them to do what they did with the size, because remember, I think there was like 8 tankers on there that
Yeah,
had the chemicals in it.
Yeah, 8 of them.
You see what I'm saying? If you look at the pictures and the video, it looked like an atomic bomb went off over there.
Yeah.
The whole sky just gray, this giant ring, and it's just gray cloud going up in the middle.
Yeah, and this is not a payout situation like it normally be. This is a big health issue.
But
Somebody
see, now
know a
with
lot more
that
than we
mayor
do.
that was talking earlier, it seems like did they restrict assistance going out there, or what's the deal with that as far as the finances go?
I'm not sure. I got to look more into it, because whenever things come out like this, where it's like super sketchy and it's being slowly put out, and you got to do all sorts of digging in the backgrounds for independent media.
Yeah.
I wait at least a week or two on those things to get as much information as possible, because what they'll do is they'll put out a bunch of stories that make no sense, and then everyone jumps on it because it's fresh news. You get what I'm saying?
Distraction.
Yeah, no, but what happens is they're able to steer the narrative, because if you say if the explosion was caused by purpose detonation, but the original story comes out that say, oh yeah, it tripped a wire and the spark blew it up, everyone on their grandmother that want that story to be a part of their segment, they're going to talk about the tripwire.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
later on down the road, the truth is going to come out. But guess what? Nobody cares, because in today's world, it's old news. They be like, what, y'all still talking about that? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's
Flint's
true.
situation was still going way past Obama started bringing. He started showing up and lying to the people. You get what I'm saying? It was still going past that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Flint's.
But
Yeah.
the news already covered it. So
Mm.
if it ain't in the news and if it ain't on mainstream media, people
Mhm.
pretend that it doesn't exist. So that's what they do. They'll do a little
Yeah.
cover up in the beginnings, and then they'll release everything down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
You want to
So-
dive into this other thing now, Black?
Yeah. What
Would
we gonna?
you
What,
be considered a sellout if you sold your black-owned business to someone that's considered other?
Well, non-black.
it's
Well, I mean,
Anything
some-
that's not black falls in the realm of other.
listen. Listen. What I'm saying, man, is, are we using the right word, sellout, or we go by the what we know? Business is business.
So,
We
There's a-
call
there's
it
a-
sellout, but
No, but
is
some
it
people
really
say
sellout?
some people say they're selling up, meaning it's a come up. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that. You have the ones that are selling are the successful black businesses, like the ones that really get a following, that can really do some changes, that can make changes in the
Mhm.
community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when they sold BET and they sold Essence magazine, it hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
It's like someone show up, right? And they say, man, yo, your grandma be cooking, bro. She be busting. I don't know what she put in the sauce. And then now your grandma passed, right? And everybody on the block know your grandma is the one that got that sauce. You
Yeah.
then turn around and
Sell it.
sell the recipe to your grandma's sauce. And now you have a company put out and they say, you know what? Because it has a name
Mhm.
as grandma's special sauce, we're going to water it down so that way we could get more money. So that way we could
Yeah.
stretch the profit. They're
Okay.
not going to give the high quality. They're going to water it down so that way they could use less resource to make it, and then they're going to put out a lower quality. And then what
True.
they're going to do is they're going to copy the original and make their own version of the original. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they're going to sell us the carbon copy, and they're
Yeah.
going to sell the rest of the world the original, but it's now under their name, their brand, because whenever they
Yeah.
buy out of black-owned businesses, it
Yeah.
becomes a subsidiary of their parent company. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like they're buying the black-owned company to just kill it.
A lot of them
Kill-
do that.
They
A lot
buy
of
it
them
to
do
kill
that.
it.
Yeah, a lot of them do it.
Wow. BT.
I mean, you got from cosmetics, you got from fashion, you got, man. I mean, look at what's the name? Timberland and Swiss Beats
Oh,
Mhm.
the verse.
with Versus.
Versus, yeah,
Yeah.
Versus was huge.
Yeah.
You know how big that was?
it's gone.
Yeah. Is it we go into business to make money, make profit. If you see a way out by selling your business and making more money,
It's still business.
it's still a business. So when we call it sellout, I terms it as business. But are we selling? Are we supporting our own business? For instance, us. What are we putting into our own black business?
Okay.
Then
No, but
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I got a response for that too. Go, let's see what Black IT has to say. Go for it. Okay. So for me, realistically, a large percent of the people I'm surrounded by are not in a position. Let's say I wanted to sell my business.
Yeah.
I'm most likely not gonna sell it to my kind because they don't have it. They don't have it. So I'm selling it at a fraction of the cost. I'm looking out for the homie ultimately. Like when he gets the bread up, then we'll be able to, make whole. No, man. That's not it. That's
Look,
not
man,
it.
you
See
need to
what I'm
find
saying?
the problem
Now,
with
watch
it is
this.
the community you're in is off.
Okay.
But
There's black
Is
people
that going to
in all
change in
sorts
10
of
years?
brackets.
Is it going to change in 10 years?
That's-
20 years?
You can't predict that.
You're
If
right.
you could predict that, you'd be the most successful businessman.
But
out
you
right now.
can see the way it is right now.
But are we catering for black community too? Depends on the business
but-
that you have. Are we
but the
catering for black community?
You see, the problem what people don't understand is that those successful black companies were supported because they were black owned. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So here's the thing.
That's so true.
We see a successful product come out and we're like, oh man, what? It's a black person that own that? Oh man, I got him. And you sitting there putting all your funds in, you telling all your friends, you telling everybody, you even doing free campaigns for them because it's a
Yeah.
black owned company.
Yeah.
So now you got the grassroots company coming up, right, in the community, doing its thing. It's connected back to us. So now everybody's like, all right, let's build it up. Now it becomes popular. And then you got Procter & Gamble comes in and say, hey, we got hundreds and billions of dollars.
Mhm.
How about we pay you $2 billion and we take it over? You know what I'm saying?
What are you gonna do?
What the hell is $2 billion to someone that has like $400-500 billion? That's like $1 you hand out from the armrest in your car to the bum on the side. Like, hey man, here goes $1.
Yeah.
What is $1 billion and $2 billion? The problem with it is that a lot of these black business owners, it's like they rather be the face of someone else's product than be the host
Of their
and the
own.
owner of their own. So it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
they're built
that's true.
with our
Is it-
support to sell it so they can get that quick come up. So
Is it
now
because
in
they
the
don't
end of
wanna
the
work?
day,
But
yeah,
see, that's
at
in
the end
our
of the day,
community.
you're looking like, damn, now I see another black owned business coming out and you're like, are they gonna sell this one too?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
And see,
Yep.
it goes back
Yeah,
to
but-
black community.
yeah,
This
but
is-
but blacks also. How do we identify black owned business?
You do the research.
That's it.
Exactly, but you're gonna that's if you're an investor.
Mhm.
But if you look if you're an investor then, but a regular customer, and depends on what they're looking for, you're not gonna know if it's a black owned or anything.
No,
you
you
have to
can.
do research.
You can. Yeah, and
Huh?
but here's the thing. Everybody has their look, you see this thing? Internet,
Yeah.
right in your pocket. More people are sitting on there watching dumb videos all day long. They
Yeah,
could
but-
easily take
All
that
day,
5
every day.
minutes. You sit there as soon as you turn on social media,
Research your
you done
company.
wasted
Mhm.
30 to an hour and you ain't
Yeah.
even realize it. That
True.
hour could have went in researching that company you cared about. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of companies that have the face. You got so many shea butter companies that ain't even black
Oh, man.
owned. They're not even
Yeah.
black owned.
Yeah.
But who's
And
buying it?
they in the
Who's buying it?
who do you think?
Mhm.
The majority
Yes.
the majority of the weave products that you see going out, you don't
Yeah.
own it. We're
And
not
that-
manufacturing it. Them eyelashes, they come in pre-made in a kit,
But
straight from the clone industry.
yeah.
Yeah,
But also-
bootleg capital bringing in all that stuff.
Yeah.
But also I think we just don't support our own enough. We
Sure.
don't support our own
You
enough.
have to do the research.
Because-
Nah.
Listen,
Got to
man.
do the research.
we
to see who
support
your
it.
own is.
Huh?
There's support.
There's support.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
support.
But look
and then like I said, later on, when you supporting, and then you they get that check, and you're like, oh, so what? Should I stop supporting? Because it's not you no more. You done ventured off to go do something else now.
meaning when you sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at our platform. We expect the support from certain individuals, but it's not coming.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Still
The-
push on.
But we
'Cause we don't
gonna
own it.
push. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because we don't own it. We don't own the distribution centers.
Yeah.
We don't own production.
Now, Black,
We
that
don't
went
own
over your head, Black.
manufacturing.
It went over your head. Q was taking shots, man. You.
Yeah.
She was
for
taking
real
shots,
still.
but it's all right.
Oh,
We here.
man, this guy.
No. I don't do shots, man.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what
but-
that was. Black.
But
Okay.
on a serious note, man, I don't know if I should call it sellout or business is business,
Yeah.
because
see.
you're in there for a profit, and if you see that profit,
But if
And see, that's why I was gonna make the comment earlier with the 2 billion.
yeah,
I don't know how many people in your community Black, right? Because I thought we was in the same community. have 2 billion. Okay.
No.
But I can tell you what, if somebody comes over there and they start throwing 2 billion around, they biting on it, man. Why? Oh man, because I can take this 2 billion, take care of my mom, and go do something else, and that's it. The business is over with.
Yeah, but if the business is 400 billion,
Yeah.
why am I going to settle?
We don't educate ourselves to do that. That's the problem in our community. Jewish community, we've been over this. The Jews, they don't operate like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money stay around.
Other, let's run with other. Other takes care of other. We are here for the moment most times. Then when the dollar signs
take care
start
of
getting
other.
thrown around, we take off.
Yeah.
That's how it happens, man.
We don't have that handout. I mean, not the handout, but we don't have our hands down to help the other ones come up.
No, it's not the hand.
Even when you
we don't have
most
the
times
mindset.
it's abused though.
It's the mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
It's a mindset of us.
As a people,
Yeah.
But why is that?
society, man. The society, the social media, everything is like, oh, you can't be at home. You got to get out there and do your own thing. Catching a bus, dog? No, man, that ain't it. You need to have you some wheels, man.
Yeah.
We
Gotta have
push
the first
our
J's.
kids out early. That's a problem, man. In other communities, they don't operate like that, and that's why they stay ahead of us.
Yeah.
No,
all the
you
time.
still have it in other communities where they shame each other and stuff like that. You have that a lot. The problem with it, if you look at Black
That's over
America,
in other countries.
no, but what I'm saying, no, even here, they still shame each other. But the thing is, they have a structure to where they govern the shame. That shame and punishment carries on. So if you get shamed for being a certain failure in life, the whole family is on your ass for that. You get what I'm saying? It's not just that one situation. It goes down the road. So people, when they grow up, they make sure they're not doing anything to shame
Just saying the house.
the family,
Yeah.
to shame the community, to shame their own people. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the issues. See, there's a difference. Well, right now the Caribbean's getting converted. Nothing we could do about that. But
Oh, man.
if you look, there's a big difference when you have Caribbean Black people that come here into
Yeah.
America. They take full advantage of America's system. America's like,
Absolutely.
what? You got 5 jobs? You got 5 ways I can make money? Give them all to me. Hand them
All
over.
of them. Let me get it.
Hand them over.
Facts.
They don't
And
even
you
have to
tap into
have.
team no sleep. Like, yeah.
They don't even have to have no kids, no nothing, and they'll jump on it. Then they'll even say, "Yo, man, I got a job opening up this way," blah, 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 and they'll bring in as much people as possible to attack that job. So
Yeah.
all of them will just run the whole building. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
The difference between most, like I say, like more the southern Black America,
Yeah.
is they've been mentally trained. You get what I'm saying? To solely go at things, to say, if I go at it, I need to go at it in secrecy. I need to do it this way. I need to build this up. I need to carry this whole thing. I need to make sure I'm the one doing it, and then I'm gonna release it outward, because they believe that my people is gonna take me down, or this is gonna happen. Not saying it doesn't happen, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that mindset alone,
It traps you.
yeah, it'll get you to that point. So
Mhm.
these companies, they're predators. It's
Yeah.
so easy to capture somebody when they're by themselves. If you're a single business owner and you out there and you're like, yeah, I'm repping my thing and you doing my stuff, they can easily come to you. They can hit you with the taxes. They could come to you with manufacturing. They could find out and say, hey, who's he getting his manufacturing to? Okay, all right, we do 10 billion with them a month. Let's contact them so we could raise their manufacturing price up.
Mhm.
And then they could come to you at the background and say, hey, listen, how about you sell me the company, or you cut me like 60% out of your company? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'll make sure they lower that cost down. I could put in a little favor, not even telling you that they're the ones who allow your
They're
shit raised up
Pretty
in the
much
first
running
place.
it. Mhm.
So now the issue with it is we're not looking into our own countries, into our own areas. There's a lot of manufacturing in Africa. There's a lot of manufacturing in the Caribbean. There's a lot of manufacturing in France, Belgium. There's a lot of Black communities around in different places that you can get stuff from. You go to if you want to do Black and Brown should be together regardless. because you got India. India is taking over a lot of manufacturing now because
But
China's
India,
screwing up. So everybody's trying to jump out of that. So
They're
India's
pulling out.
picking that
yeah,
up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know India had been doing that for a while though. Now a lot of manufacturers.
Oh, hey, we got a special guest coming in the building. He's showing up late to work as usual.
Mr. Never
Yo.
Sleep. Mr. Never
Look at
Sleep.
this man.
in
No,
the
look at him. Look
building.
at him. He look refreshed, don't he?
Man here.
Hey,
Man,
you need to stay, man.
what we talking about right now? Hold up.
Yeah, man.
That's your topic right here.
Yeah, black
sell,
owned
selling
businesses.
up, selling up or sell out.
Selling out and sell out or sell out.
We selling up or sell out.
Oh, black businesses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, why it sound like you like 20 yards from your phone?
20 yards. I don't know. It's the reception. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Oh,
All right, we're gonna lose him, Black. You can't do that to
That's
him,
right,
man.
do that,
Damn it, man.
Nah, he just froze on the screen because he's in the office.
Looking like another one of our hosts, huh? You see that? That frozen moment.
off of it. Yeah, you better?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah. Business wise, let's take Bob Johnson, BET.
Yeah.
Initially started out Black Entertainment Television,
Mhm.
ended up selling to Viacom. It just depends on how you view things. If you see that the business that you started for your people is slowly going downhill and tanking and you're losing money, do you keep it just to keep the culture moving? Or do you, as a business person, decide to move on? Take that money and you can recreate the same thing. His game plan was to start the first Black-owned airline. Didn't really manifest, but a good thought, you know. So at the end of the day, he still got to feed his family. He still got to do things. It's not like when you support the culture, your people support you 100% either. There's a lot of Black designers that are out there that we're not hearing these rappers and different people call their name out. They're still calling out the Balenciagas, the Gucci
and yeah.
Fendi, the MCMs, and the different things like that. We don't see them calling out the I'm not just throwing some old school name, the Carcanaz, the Cross Colors, the different things like that. Like when they came out independently. So now you find that the Cross Colors,
Fubu
the
and all that.
Carcanaz, those people are no longer around.
Sure.
The Dapper Dans of the world that created certain things still are under the brand names of Gucci's and stuff like that. So I don't consider it a sellout, especially if you came into this with the notion that this is a business.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
If
No,
it's
but-
something,
But we live by that terms. Business is business, and you can't do business with pleasure.
But the thing is though, is BET came in as a cultural thing. You get what I'm saying? They didn't come in as no business thing. That's the problem. When you started in and you say, yo, this is for us, I'm building this for this and that, and then you turn around and say, nah, it's just business. When I sold it, you done flipped it. You build it up off of our trust. You get what I'm saying? Like,
See,
yeah,
Black,
I'm gonna do this for
what
us.
is it?
But here's the problem though. When you have, what was their name? When you have Standard Oil, right? Standard Oil was a massive oil company in America. You know what I'm saying? They were working hand in hand with the Saudis. Standard Oil has their issue. They didn't get rid of the company. They didn't sell the company. They broke the company down into separate entities. What we're doing, instead of us saying, all right, I can't afford this big ass company, we're not breaking the company down. We're just all out selling the company. You get what I'm saying? All right, I can't manage it. Here, take the whole shit, and I'm gonna go ahead and go do something. And then, but why not do something else with what you're using or what you done build? And then you can go ahead and say, now I have a replacement to put in pocket. Here's something new. We're getting rid of the old. They never, every time they do this, they take a chunk out of the community that the community built and they never replace it. That's like every time you get up to the ladder, you just take a foot out the ladder.
Yeah.
Now, whoever arms ain't long enough, they can't reach past that step because you didn't feel it. You didn't put that step back. You get what I'm saying? So every time they do that, the ones up on top of the ladder, they're reinforced off of the work and the sweat that the ones at the bottom have did. You know what I'm saying? Have done.
Black
You know what I'm saying?
BET started with a paycheck. You can view it however you want to view it.
No, man.
It
No,
started
it ain't.
with
No.
a paycheck. It was a group of people who figured out a way to monopolize something. That's the whole point of it. It was a job. That's what it was.
Remember?
Yes,
but
they
remember,
brought up the culture. They brought the culture up. I'll give them that.
No,
I was tuned in every day after school. I was
yeah,
locked in.
but I'm talking about
Right?
the original, where it first started and all of that stuff. All of that started because we didn't have our own. We didn't have our own stations. We didn't have our own publication. We didn't have none of that stuff. This is where it always comes back to. See, like the reason why I keep going, the reason why
free though. It was a paycheck involved.
No, but here's the thing. You're paying for everything. All right? You're paying for everything. So why not pay for something that brings something back to you? Why are you paying people that don't give a damn about you? Most of these people don't even know about your community. They don't even know about what the struggles that's going on. They don't even know why you need your own TV station. They're looking at you like, well, you got your own black award show. Why do you want the Grammy? Why do you want this? Why do you want that? They ask these questions because they have no clue. They're from that side that was carried through their life. You get what I'm saying? Shoved the spoon in their mouth all the way up to they 30, 40 years old. They still getting fed by their parents. You get what I'm saying? They don't have that mentality that a person is struggling to have something for themselves. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also most of these business that is sold, you never hear or see nothing about them, like they're growing differently. It just goes, disappears, like they buy it to kill it. Like it was bought to kill. That's a problem, but I still don't see it as sellout.
But here's the thing though. How come stuff like that, they don't never come out and speak to the people and say, you know, we're going through some hard times, this and that and all that shit.
Because it may not be hard times though, Black. That's what I'm saying. I don't know your situation, but if I told you, hey man, I give you $2 billion for whatever operation you got going on over there, you gonna stop for a second. You may not, but most are gonna stop for a second, calculate their bills, their problems, their situation, and say, you know what, I'm gonna take that. That's business.
Yeah, man. But it's still hard times. Because if you calculate your finances and you're thinking about all the stuff and all of that stuff, then that means you're having hard times. But you know what's crazy though? Is the majority of these individuals, what are they doing? They live in that lavish life. They live in that luxury,
outside of
flying all around. So now, because they done got a taste of the Johnsons and they done bumped and rubbed elbows over there. They want to be on the golf course. Oh man, in order for me on the golf course, I got to be at a certain price bracket. In order for me to even talk to this person, I got to be in this way.
Yeah, because we know somebody that's on the golf course today, huh? I know, right?
No. Anybody could be on a golf course. Anybody could be on a golf course. But what I'm talking anybody could be on a golf course. But I'm talking about certain
Johnsons and the golf course. Remember, CJ is constantly out there on the.
Man, I'm not talking about that, man. I'm just talking about.
I know.
No, but what I'm saying though,
I thought Mr. Never Sleep was on the golf course right now, you know.
I had to rub elbows, man. I'm out here trying to make it go down. So, but let me ask you a question now. Since we're talking about the culture, let's talk about, let's say, Irv Gotti, a Lil Wayne, and these people that sold their catalog to whoever purchased it. Remember, at one point, it was a white company, a white person that bought QC, a white person that bought Death Row. Snoop just bought it back. But culturally, if they're part of the culture, like hip hop, the culture itself and the people, the main people that are the contributors to the culture are selling it, what is that telling you for us as a consumer at the end of the day, if the main people that are part of the culture are getting in and getting out? Like,
Crucify them.
How
They're
do you equate that?
sellouts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Meaning
man.
that
It's business, man.
either
Business.
one of these people are gonna say to themselves, you know what, for the coach. All right, let's take for instance now you got Dame Dash. Dame Dash is still doing well compared to you and I. He's not what he used to be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, aside from the fact that he's still doing interviews, how relevant would Dame Dash be within the culture itself for him fighting for the culture and putting people in their places and calling them culture vultures for stealing and doing a lot of things that they've been doing and thriving off of the same things? We would not be knowing anything about Dame Dash right now if it's not for the mere fact that some people are still asking him to do interviews. Now, keep that in mind and keep that in full effect that Jay-Z, Biggs, and all the others that had parts of Rockefeller sold out, sold it, did what they had to do. They're still
Jay-Z
relevant
bought
to this
out.
day.
Jay-Z bought out Biggs and
Well, no, he didn't really
and
buy
Dame.
them out. He didn't really buy them out. What happened was
he sold them out.
He sold them out.
He sold them out.
Yeah, he ain't getting no
Def
sellout. He
Def
sold them
Jam
out.
gave him, they gave him Rockefeller as part of the deal for him coming in as president of Def Jam.
and you also
so he actually stabbed them in the back. That's
and
the
you
reality.
and you also give the house Negro that comfortable bed too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
Remember, he's cracking
That's some good stuff, huh?
He's
That's
cracking
some
the
good
whip.
stuff.
He's cracking the whip with our skin. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So of course he's gonna get benefited.
Yeah.
If they
So
tell
Black,
if they tell
what
you
is your theory though? You say go down with the ship? Is what you're saying?
No. If they're coming at you, right, and they're saying that you want to purchase something, what you do is you do a partnership, but you let them know, like, I got something big here. I got something going. This is what I'm running. You get what I'm saying? If they come at you in some way where they're talking about, oh, well, yo, it's either you sell it or else you're done for. We'll destroy your business, whatever the case is. If you're doing dirt, then that's on you. You get what I'm saying? But if they come to you and they approach you on something and you say, you know what, that money will definitely help me out. What you do is you set up something to where you take, if you have a concept of a replacement, you put that concept in motion and then you build on that concept and then you do the partnership with them. And then down the road, you do either you say, okay, you're going to be the CEO of the company, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to own 50% of the in shares or whatever the case is. You keep yourself in play to where you have command over certain key things. You get what I'm saying? What they're doing is they're selling these companies straight out. They're not keeping themselves in the loop. So now what happens is in America, they don't have to tell you who owns anything. In other countries, they follow the product, not the brand. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So when someone buys out something in another country, guess what you see on the box? A brand new name that who owns it. You don't see the same name. Why you think Kellogg's own the majority of them cereals in the supermarket, right?
Okay.
All them like health cereals and Kashi brands and all of that stuff. Those names aren't the company's names. It's all Kellogg's. But you as a consumer, you're thinking that, oh yeah, this brand that I trust is owned by this brand that has a huge track record of shitting on its customers. You get what I'm saying? They play you that way.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is you still can do business, but do smart business. Don't say I'm going to sell my company because, oh man, they're going to give me $10 billion. Oh shit, $10 billion. What can I do with $10 billion?
Yeah, man. That's what can you do with $10 billion?
A lot. A lot. And see, here's the thing, right? But watch this. What's
$10 billion? What's $10 billion?
Though, Black?
Hey,
what's $10 billion to a billionaire?
We're not listening to Black Eyed Peas.
What's $10 billion to a billionaire?
I got a phone comment. They wanted to know, is it spilling over from slavery? Do you think it's spilling over from?
Yes, that's why I made that reference to Black America, Southern Black America,
and the house.
That's why I made the reference. Yeah. Because the issue with it is That's where the mentality, that trained mentality, is coming from all the way back. We need to get rid of that mentality. We do not need these industries. These industries and these distributions, they would have died off a long time ago if we didn't keep saving them. We're the ones saving them.
We are the ones saving a lot of them, man. For real.
If you go back through our history, you know how much revolutionary things we have created and gave it away. And we still turn around and create something revolutionary. We can't stop creating the future for the planet. But where's our future? Why we keep selling our future, but we're creating their generational future. All right, their generational wealth we're creating for their children. But yet we turn around and say, oh no, yeah, let's sell it because I'm a billionaire. My worth is $60 billion, but I'm gonna sell my company for $10 billion.
I'm gonna sell my company, and then my kids gonna have to work 10 times harder.
You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Well, let me ask you a question then. On the flip side of that, let's play devil advocate on it down. A lot of our counterparts do create a lot of things: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, this, that, and have these companies like Facebook and all these other bigger companies come out and purchase these things. They have the guys, they'll have them now running the same business they created, give them 10, 15 billion. They're still making a paycheck. And they're part of the culture too, because the social media portion of it is part of culture. Is it the same for our counterparts when they do it, or is it just noted as sellout for blacks?
For blacks.
Yeah.
No, it's if they're see the thing is the difference between us, it's a cultural thing attached to us.
But
if you're looking at
but
no, but here's what I'm trying to say. If you're looking at like say Mark Zuckerberg, right? He ain't create Facebook. He actually bought that out, which he didn't fulfill his obligations, and they had to go to court with that. But because he had the bread, he was able to stuff them down.
Say it again. One more time. Because he had what?
He had the bread. He was able to stuff them down.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Same thing with
Madness keep thinking about the bread.
Because I understand from a business standpoint.
It's a business standpoint.
No, I know. Look, I get what you're
have
saying.
The bread, what position would he have been in?
He wouldn't have been in the same position he's in.
That's the point that I'm making.
But the difference is he didn't create it.
It doesn't matter. He bought it. And he
bought.
He
bought.
Madness, are you selling?
Technically,
are you selling? No,
I probably
different.
Yeah.
Technically, he created a different version.
Yeah,
of the original.
A remix.
Yeah.
Nah, it's stolen IP, man.
It doesn't make a difference.
You know how many of these bigger companies. I remember when I went to school, they were saying, "Oh yeah, plagiarism, copyright infringement. You need to stay away from it." And then I started looking into all these big companies. They just keep stealing everything.
I'm like, yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at Fashion Nova, gigantic. You know how many people they don't stole from, especially from us, black and brown.
Bill Gates.
Oh,
yes, exactly. You know, he ain't created.
Microsoft.
I mean, I understand everything you're saying. I get that portion of it, and I do believe that. Yeah, sometimes when you're looking to sell your company, put clauses and different things. Like a friend of mine, he recently sold a business. Part of the deal was the certain individuals that he had working for him
That's what I was talking about. So
business and certain ones have to be in key positions. That's understandable, but you do know at some point they can change that shit anytime after a year or two or whatever. That's the same thing like Viacom. Viacom didn't immediately get rid of Teen Summit and immediately get rid of the nightly news and different things like that on BET programming. We don't know what kind of situation
agreement they had.
Bob Johnson and all the rest of them. You know, all these. I forgot the female that took over. You know, afterwards, I forgot her name, but it was her and the guy. But at the end of the day, eventually they will squeeze you out. There's shareholders. There's different people on the boards that if they put it to a vote, you're out. That's just how it works. They can squeeze out the person that created the company if you have shareholders.
But here's what I'm trying to say though. If we did things more like a community, our shareholders can have the same mindset as us. We could be doing it just like how we did back in the days. How we
This
had
is fact.
businesses and
But
enterprises.
take a look at it right now. Just
Yeah.
within this group that we're talking about right now, you're outvoted.
Something to think about.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. There's a difference. Here's the thing. There's a difference. What you do is if I'm in this group, right? If I'm
Yeah.
but here's a problem with it. Here's a problem with it. People are going in with one plan. You need
Yeah.
a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D.
Yeah.
If you know your environment that you're in, why are you so comfortable? You get what I'm saying? I have all sorts of plans so that way when things fall apart, there's another thing that I can get on. You get what I'm saying?
Watch
True.
this. Wait. Is it about the plan or is it about the overall mission? I think that's the part that you're missing.
Well, you could have you think wars are just fought off of just jumping your tank and shoot in one direction?
My
There's
war might be
multiple-
based on that.
No, but
My
there's
war
multiple
might be
plans.
just get in the tank. As long as the tank survives, I'm good.
Yeah.
And who's gonna last
Everybody's
longer?
mission is different, though, Black.
You know,
That's
you
what I'm
remember what they
saying.
said. You
have to
remember what they
educate-
said. You remember what they said? Chess, not checkers.
Yeah.
In chess, you think about multiple moves ahead. Checkers, you're thinking about that one thing you jumping over. So
You
That
thinking
one
about
another.
that one.
For
Not
real.
Hey,
me.
hold
for
on, man.
real.
I'll be double jumping.
There it is. You see what I'm saying? It's
But here's the thing though, chess, not checkers. All right. Why you think we kept saying that over and over and over? It because we're trying. Our forefathers were telling us, all right, our black forefathers
Yeah.
were telling us you have to think multiple steps ahead
Yeah.
Okay.
in this game that we're playing. So that's why they say you have to think like you're playing chess, not checkers, because we were brought up on checkers, not chess. The other side was brought up on chess, not checkers. Checkers was viewed as a little kid's game in their era.
Mhm.
Once you got to a certain age, you were learning chess.
Chess.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So they were teaching their children thinking ahead, multiple
That
moves.
word I've been trying
Once
to
you
get
see
out.
this one point,
Education.
you go
gotta
down here.
educate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
but ours like the quickest thing. Get it out the way.
That's the problem. The problem is we moving like nothing else matters. And then we're moving as if we don't know our own reality. It
Mhm.
sickens me when these companies can sit here and say, oh, you know, we're for black rights, we're for Black Lives Matter, and we're for black rights, and we're for civil rights movement and all this extra shit, while they sit there behind a black name that they bought and they haven't done anything with it. You get what I'm saying? They've reduced the products in it, they've made it worse. You get what I'm saying? They're not doing the same thing that someone that understand what we're going through, but yet they could sit here and put out these campaigns to make themselves money just because they have a black name on it. That's like the dude that say, "Hey, I have a black friend. I'm cool,
Yeah.
right?"
Yeah.
But then when you look at his history, you're like, "Motherfucker,
the only
you
black friend.
racist."
Mm-mm.
You think that one dude is gonna give you a pass into the whole community?
Nah.
You get me? I'm saying you need to see that
I
person's
understand.
worth. Now, I'm not saying you can't sell to like an individual that's coming up because there's a lot of people outside of black people that has helped us throughout our struggle. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
at all. But what
Can I
I'm
ask a
saying
question?
is
So-
that
so-
we
so-
need to have that structure, man.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So all right, so if they sell it out to somebody
Mm.
that's non-black, but they
That's-
have a president or a CEO that is black, does that change a little bit?
Is it a sellout or it's business?
Because all right, so like with BET, he sold it to Viacom, but he made Deborah Lee the president.
Mhm.
And then now she steps down, and now we have another black guy, Scott Miles or Mills.
So it's still in the community.
I guess.
But you have to know, but you have to
I
look
guess.
at you have to look at the track record of who's owning it.
Why?
It goes back to the
It's
house
Viacom.
Negro. It goes
Yeah,
back to the house
but-
Negro.
Yeah, he is.
The house.
That's
No, but I am listening. No, I am listening.
No. I'm
No,
talking
he
about.
says light skin.
That
Oh.
again is something that you're not going to be able to control.
You
You're
can't.
not going to be
can't
able
control
to
all those pieces,
all
man.
the different narratives to it. You're not. This is at the end of the day, the person that's sitting in that top chair is the one that's going to lay down the law. At the end
Dictate
of the day.
everything.
No,
ones
but
in
here's no,
between-
but No,
they're
but here's
gonna
what I'm trying to
implement
say.
certain things, but at the end of the day, if any one of them head dudes in Viacom say tomorrow she's out, pay her severance and get rid of her, she gone.
Yeah.
Or like they
No, but
say,
what I'm
out.
saying though,
that's
Get
it.
out.
but that's why I said in the
He's out,
beginning,
but
you
she's
have
there
to
to
do
keep the community still.
How?
yeah,
She
she's
got
the
no-
face to make people think
she's the-
that
The
she's
face,
there.
yeah.
She's the cereal box with the
Yeah.
same name on it instead of the real name.
Yeah, I think
right?
so, yeah.
But my whole thing is you have to look at the history because National Amusements own Viacom. All right. So think about how big that company is. And they own a lot more other than that too.
Yeah.
And if you look at National Amusement history, now you can know who you're selling your black-owned business to. You need to understand who you're selling your stuff to before you do that. Yeah, you could take the money if you want, but do the research on where your growth is going. Because you could say, hey, I grew this tree to be a massive tree. It's producing fruit. But if you don't put it in a soil that's going to keep that tree alive, it's dead within a time frame. Once the strength leaves that tree, it's done for. But you have the obligation to put that in the proper soil to keep it growing. You get what I'm saying?
When
That's
you're
my whole thing.
educated, Black.
Yeah.
That's it.
One more point here though. It's like we spoke about before when we said that for all the black activists that's been out there that sacrificed their life and everything so that we can have the freedom to do what we are doing now. How many of us ask number one question as far as when we're talking about sellout? Do we ask, how are those guys' kids doing? How are they family doing? How are they eating? How are they?
The immediate communities, a lot of them, the immediate communities are still taking care of them.
But we don't know that.
Nationwide, we can if we did the research.
Look, let's look at even with Malcolm. The nation wasn't doing it. So what I'm saying is,
but they kicked him out though.
It's not so much. It's not, but it's not just on the business owner.
Whoa.
It's the community also, because without the support, eventually that business will fold.
No, but the community,
so when
if
I'm
you
holding up my end of the bargain to keep that community and that culture moving, without them supporting it the same way, it's gonna fail. And then once it fails, you know how it is for our people. If you're not the hot shot, then I don't really have nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the facts. Like everything is a namesake situation in our neighborhood, and that's why they market everything to us. That's why we are the top spender. That's why we are the visual people that once we see it, we gotta go get it.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go get it. That's just how
upbringing,
it's programmed
education.
right now. So it's more on deprogramming the way how we move and use the money power. So it's not just a one-man street where it's just that business owner, him selling to him, he sold out, this, that. It's a unification situation with us, the buying power, and us keeping it within our community and keeping it circulating within our community to keep that business owner thriving and don't put him in that position now where he would have to sell out. That's the main thing again. Because again, for all those people, the Huey Newtons, the Malcolms, the Paul Vogels, the you can go on and on. Nina Simone, all these people. Do we ever ask the number one question? How they family eating? How they doing? No one really asked.
That's facts.
Out of sight, out of mind.
But the thing is though, is the community is still taking care of those people. You get what I'm saying? Their families and all of that. We do.
Trust me. We don't.
We do.
Homie,
There's foundations.
Hold on. Pause for a minute. I did an interview with the other day with a living Black Panther member, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna put you on to her. The stories that she tell, the community ain't helping out. Trust me, they're not helping out with a lot of these things. You may have a neighbor or somebody that you know personally. There's no community coming over. It's not like Black Panther days when they was putting food together, dropping.
It's a new generation.
Yeah, but it's a new generation and a new mindset. Man. But the problem with it is we're accepting the mentality of freed slaves, man. You get what I'm saying? We're still slaves. We're accepting that mentality to the fact that if we stand up, we gonna get smacked down. If all of us stood up, how less of a beating we gonna take? We gonna look like a force. But the problem with it, if we keep focusing on the fact that, oh, the community, oh, this, oh, that, the support, all this other stuff, that don't mean you still can't push. Because here's the thing: if one person say, well, that other person stood up and he got knocked down, so I ain't gonna stand up. What if when you stand up, your message is heard and felt, and you were that spark? That's the problem. You get what I'm saying? Is we all see the dynamite right here that's lead, and the wick is right there. All we got to do is run and light it. You get what I'm saying? But the problem with it is every time one runs, an arrow gets shot into them. But the problem is nobody sees the goal, nobody understands the mission, so they're not willing to take that risk.
Black,
but
closing,
we're living. We're living in.
How would you educate the people? How would you better educate your community?
We
if
need
your
to start.
Primary focus is not your house, but the surrounding houses,
the community.
How exactly would you educate them?
All right, tell you what. This year in summertime, I'm starting a movement, right? Community movement where I'm gonna start focusing on the youth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start focusing on the roof because I'm not gonna lie. I'm disgusted with a lot of how our mentality is gone in the community. We are growing. We are growing to such a weak state. It's unbelievable how weak our mindset has become over the years. It's like we're getting so comfortable that these people can just take and do whatever they want to us, and we don't have no say in it. It's like we're being told that if we even speak in saying that we have to do this for us, it's like we're getting slapped or we're in the fear of getting slapped. But we came from hurt. So what are we doing fearing hurt? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
we were born in hurt.
Right now at this time, blacks, we're living in a new world, a new generation. A lot of high school students out here and younger don't even follow the Martin Luther King situation.
No, but the problem is they're not being educated.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. They just have it as Martin Luther King Day and holiday. We go to the park. Yeah, we got a barbecue. They're not taking it what it's really about. Because there's nobody teaching them what this
is not there. There's
a
miseducation.
Yeah, miseducation. They just know that Martin Luther King Day is a day. We're not going to school. We're gonna be out. We're gonna be in the park. We're gonna go to the parade. Nobody's telling them what's up with the parade. What was Martin Luther King?
Then there's a fight out.
And there's a fight, and they're not even at the parade. They're telling them what this is all about. The younger kids.
Yeah,
it's just a march. You see, and you go back home, and that's it. Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree.
So it's just.
I agree with all of that, but the thing is,
it's just a time we're living in.
We still have to keep going because the thing is,
that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm actually saying.
And these individuals that have the time, they are slowly destroying us from inside out, and they know it's working because every time they see us fault and they see us hold our breath, hold our speech, change our ways, change our movement, dress up a certain way, change our dialect, our voice to fit in, they know it's working. Sooner or later, we're going to be written out of history. Mark my words when I say this. I'm looking at all the patterns. You know, I study all sorts of things all across the world. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to be dominated. All right, we're moving back to slavery because we're going to become to the point where we can't even feed ourselves, to where we're going to be required a slave master. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You already see it. The majority of our community sit there with their hands out in Section 8 saying, "Feed me, give me money. Your rent is $5. What you still stick your hands out for?"
Yeah,
that's a mindset they building.
It's a mindset.
So how do we change it as a community?
Exactly what I said.
All right, well,
education, man.
Exactly
what
I said.
Right now are teaching you to be an employee, not an owner.
I don't know the term. Yeah.
Hey,
Can't hear you.
Go in and
dial-up,
out,
man.
sir.
Say what?
Yeah.
We're gonna shut this thing down, man.
Hey,
I'm saying I'll let you
Oh,
finish,
okay.
but I'm saying just keep this in mind when we
One
talk
second.
about the comfortability of things.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even for us, none of us are rich, but keep in mind now, you would not resort to saying I'm gonna give up my comfortable home and different things to go live under a bridge,
I hear you.
just to make things possible for certain things. That's the thing with it. The comfortability of life itself, on whatever level you're on, just keep that in mind. No one's reverting or going down. No one's looking to go downwards. Everyone's trying to go up in everything they're doing. So with that in mind, how can you look at anything less and say, okay, you're gonna have to just revert back to giving? They know where we're at on different levels for certain things. That's why I'm saying it's more of a mentality situation where you're gonna have to basically erase everything and start over again, because right now, no one is gonna sacrifice that situation to say, you know what, I'm gonna leave out of my 1-bedroom apartment and go live under the street and hold up a sign.
Bridge.
How many of them ladies you've seen on the corner that say Jesus is coming back, or whatever sign they have, and
all
you
day.
pass them, and you just
Yeah, but do you call? But you fault them? You fault them for standing on their belief?
not
No,
saying we fault
he's
them.
saying
What we're
how many of
saying
them you
is-
pass by.
But that's the thing. Why I'm
It
saying
don't matter.
At the end of the day, it does matter.
It
Because at
does
the end
matter.
of the
It makes a
day,
difference. Yeah. If
if-
you're
all
not
right, let me
ready
tell
to
you
give
how
up
it does
your
matter.
resources
Let me tell you how
to
it does
secure
matter.
another
If that's the
individual,
case,
then
if
you're
that's
part of the
case,
problem.
you would have stopped at every one of them and listened to every one of them. You don't stop at every one of them and listen to every one of them. You don't. Every one of them got a message. Every one of them got a mission. God or whatever it is that spoke to them, that had them sitting on that corner to do something, is out there for a purpose. But every one of us in our own comfortable zone, whether it's, oh, I got to get to work, oh, I don't have time for this, oh, she's always out there, whatever.
But here's the thing, though. But every now and then, they do save someone. They do find someone that needed that message. But this is what I'm trying to say. Remember, there's messages. There's a lot of people out there that's going through life that need to hear something. And if everybody's quiet, how are you gonna reach anyone?
We're not telling you.
If you say, no, but what I'm saying is, if you say, oh, no one's gonna go down to the end of the bridge, you don't know that. You can't speak for everybody.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
Hold up. I know for frig sure, ain't nobody right now that's living wherever they living, and they in a good position, are comfortable, not rich. Like I just mentioned, if you're even in a 1-bedroom apartment, you're not about to give that up to go sit down underneath some bridge while somebody under a bridge is looking to get in your position.
Trading places. This is what he's saying, Blacks.
Trading places. We're not gonna trade,
We can't look.
And see,
we can't keep that.
Wrote
But
it
the
off
problem
as
is,
but that's a mentality. But that's
This
a
is what-
mentality.
Not a mentality. It's just reality at the end of the day.
it's still a mentality. Because here's the thing. Look,
you have
there's a lot
people
of
who will do that.
Yeah, I know people that's
you
doing that right
people
now.
do
Hey,
a lot.
tell them to put them on the show. I need to know that one. I want to find that dude that said, I'm giving up my house to go live under the bridge to prove a point that we need to do such and such. Everybody around him, whatever the mission is, they're going to look at you like you crazy yourself. You nuts.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
Listen, man, in closing.
Well, hey, Madness, you and Q, you and Q be the first one. Give up whatever you got and meet me over there in Fort Lauderdale under the bridge.
All right, let's do it, man. I'm coming up out of it now, dog. We on our way, player. Wait. How long is it? How long is your flight back?
Look here, let me explain
How long
something,
is your
man.
flight back?
Yo,
See, y'all are going to the very extremes.
No,
we can't.
man.
We gotta
Not
start.
extreme.
No, but we have to start off, man. We have to start from somewhere. And if
Yeah.
nobody's willing to start the talking, then
Exactly.
everybody needs to be quiet when it comes down on solutions.
I'm with
You
that.
get what I'm saying?
True.
Okay.
If we are not willing to sacrifice, then we do not want any solution.
If you
Yeah.
silence everyone because you
Yeah.
don't want a solution, because the sound is not the sound that you want, then what exactly do you have?
Yeah.
Then you go find it.
You have nothing to complain about if everyone is silent.
But that's the thing. But here's the problem, though. Everybody's feeling it, though.
You gotta
Just
make
because
up your mind,
no,
Black.
but
You gotta make
no,
up
no,
your
no, but
mind,
no,
dog.
but no, but here's what I'm saying. If you feeling it and you getting hurt, right?
Mhm.
And this is an issue, and you feel the pain.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting there feeling the same pain.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying nothing. You get what I'm saying? Are you not being hurt? You know what I'm saying? Are you not being hurt?
Yeah.
Or are you just getting used to the hurt? Remember, there's a lot of slaves. When they said that the slaves are free, there were a lot that was still denying it and still
Yeah.
going back to the plantation because they got used to it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm not used to
hold
this
on,
shit.
Hold on.
Mentally.
We're gonna
Mentally,
close out. We're gonna close out, but I just gotta say one last thing.
Okay.
Without finance, you can have all that, but without the capital, it's still all a dream. You still need the capital. So at the end of the day, even the nation and Islam had to go outside to the opposite side to gain capital to do and gain a lot of land and different things that they had to do. So it's kind of, at the end of the day, it's still showing you at the end of the day, you're still gonna need the capital to get certain things implemented. I could sit here and say all day, I want to start a thing called Black Panthers Party movement, but I can't buy uniforms. No one wants to come out with me. I can't even buy lunch to do the lunch program for these kids. It's still all a dream without the capital.
But you're focusing. But the problem is you're focusing on the
I'm
fault.
focusing on reality. That's just what it is.
And unfortunately, your reality is surrounded by hurt. That's why you're thinking about the collapse.
Damn.
You're thinking about the collapse. Look, the first thing you think about, the first thing you think about is the collapse. You haven't even spoke about the growth. Where's the growth?
You did the same thing, Black.
Homie.
You did the same thing.
No, but where's the growth? No, but I told you what we need to do.
These communities, man. So don't tell me I'm gonna hurt.
I know you be out in there, but what I'm saying though,
I see it myself. How many of these dudes are still struggling to get things going? If they had the funds, a lot of this thing would already be moving. So at the end of the day,
this is the whole point.
We wouldn't know nothing about the Nation of Islam and all these people. If they knew the history on that, they would understand certain things again. If the same people you're preaching against, you're going to get finance from, what are we talking about at the end of the day?
No, but remember, I never said you couldn't get it from non-black owned.
That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making again is going back to the same thing that we talked about as far as you with the sellout word and the different things like that. So at the end of the day, you need finance. It's just the fact that if some of these people took it and implemented it on different levels, like Bob Johnson said, he sold it and was trying to do the airline. If he did implement the airlines and created a BET airline, let's say, okay, then he's still putting it back in other ways and doing things other ways. Yeah. But there's nothing really wrong with him getting rid of one and recreate. Hey, if you created a thing called an Apple computer, you can recreate another one called pears or bananas. So what else? That's all I'm saying.
No, but
okay.
But my whole thing is, but we are remember, I already spoke about that. I said instead of giving up the whole capital, why not build something to replace it?
Because they're not educated.
Yeah, I saw Child said, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
We can go through this for another hour. So we're gonna close out at this point.
Exactly, not we, you.
No, but at the end of the day, it is what we said that, and we're gonna keep going on and on that it's education and re-educating and reprogramming and doing all of that. It's not just a one-sided situation. It's us as a people, us as the consumers, us as business owners, us as everything. Because outside of that, you're really not going to solve this problem unless you look at it on a reality-based standpoint, and it just is what it is. At this point, a lot of people are not going to give up the comfortability of things. You got the latest phone right now, homie. Let me give you a string with another
cup on the end of that joint.
A cup, or I'm going to give you a pigeon and come talk to me later.
All right, first of all, chess.
Oh
right?
My goodness, man!
I find that but here's the thing though. Before I got this one, how long did I have the other one?
It doesn't matter.
Regardless of what?
How many editions? How many editions? No, but it does matter. It does matter. We're saying that we can't do certain things, right? We're saying we can't do certain things.
I'm putting the challenge out there. Black Listen, hold up. This is the challenge. Give up your phone for 1 whole month to me. I'm gonna give you a string with 2 cups at the end of it, and when you need to reach me, you holler at me through that cup.
This man's talking about reality. He's talking about cups and strings.
Sacrifice.
So
He's talking cups and strings. He's talking about reality.
So
That's
No,
not
but-
checkers, baby.
so your point
Exactly,
is
that's
we're
not.
not giving up. We're not giving up our comfort.
Complacency
Ain't
is
nobody
a real
giving
thing,
that up.
man.
That's not to say that
My
we're
man.
not for the
All
movement.
right, look. I'm gonna say.
But
Look,
look
I'm gonna
at-
say this.
look,
I'm gonna say this on.
Down to the Nation of Islam, the main head, Elijah Muhammad, lived in a mansion. Farrakhan lives in a mansion. Come live with me and talk to all them dudes that we see on Sunrise and we see up in New York and in Brooklyn and the Bronx and all these places giving out newspapers. Come and go sleep in the apartments where they sleeping. Why you in a mansion? Why you in a mansion?
There's a
Same thing they
hierarchy to the
preaching
whole
for the
thing. I don't
movement.
know.
Come on, man. The same thing they preaching for the movement. They living in an AC unit. These dudes are sweating out here giving out newspapers.
Look, I get
The
that,
comfort
but
zone.
here's the thing. Here's
And
what I'm
it ain't
trying
the
to say.
fact because they're the leaders.
Pies.
The leaders show by example. If that's the case, come stay in the same low rent apartment where I'm at. Show me what time it is. If we're all fighting the movement, I gotta come drop off money to you at a mansion. Come on now, sacrifices. What we talking about at the end of the day? The comfortability of things. They not giving it up neither, but they giving you the words and the power. Yo, fight the power. We need to do.
Yeah, but
it's
this,
getting hot. I gotta go.
but
on
that
my
goes.
mansion. Come on, we know
That
what
goes
time it
back
is.
to what. But remember, that goes back to what I said earlier. That we have to know. You said about being in our reality. We all have to know the situations we're in. You understand? You have to plan out your resources accordingly to put yourself in proper spots. Remember now, I recently came up on money. You get what I'm saying? And what have I been doing? I've been building, getting the necessary equipment we need to make sure the business is stronger. You get what I'm saying? Investing in the business instead of going out and buying unnecessary shit. The things I'm buying is things that's gonna better the business, better the movement. I'm even putting things in other black businesses I know to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Because in the longer run, we don't have a lot of structure that's taking those necessary steps to see those movements. Because we could sit here all day long.
This though, man.
We could sit here, no, but we could sit here all day
privilege.
long and say we want to see something in the way. You get what I'm saying? But we
Madness,
have
you
to do what we have to
You
do.
gotta shut it down.
Don't put it out there on TV that you just came up on some money. You heard?
Yeah, man.
All right. If I put that in the air, then that means I deny my protection.
No, I'm not
Now
talking
just put it
about
out there. Put it out there, man. What the address is?
I'm
like.
protected.
Yeah,
You
man.
understand? I'm protected. Listen to me what I tell you. I'm protected. I don't fear nobody.
Yeah,
You
man.
might
Understand?
tell you, hey, some kitty might come check you.
Hey, I
Yo.
don't fear nothing because I know I'm protected. You understand?
Yeah, in closing though.
In closing,
Yeah,
hold on.
I want to give a shout out. Michelle, Lyle,
Well,
checking in.
Black IT said.
Quinn. Quinn. All right.
Yeah.
Nah, go ahead. Continue on.
I just want to reach out to some
finish.
people who,
Yeah, go ahead. Continue on.
Michelle,
Uh-huh.
appreciate.
All right.
Quinn, appreciate.
All right.
Okay. You got the floor back for Black IT. You got it.
I'm just saying, it's February. It's Black History Month.
Yeah.
We didn't say not one.
Now, that's what we go. Did you know that the first pet owner in the US was a black guy?
Fun fact.
Facts.
All right. I got one too. So the first home security, it was invented by a black woman and her husband
Yeah.
in the late 60s.
We gotta get notes.
Oh, the notes is right here.
We'll
Mary
do a
Brown.
segment like we normally do on giving them the history of the different.
Yeah,
they gonna-
in close
This man
down.
is just jump in on my Black History facts.
We should be hitting some
Nah, I
every
gave,
show
I gave
for the
y'all the
month.
floor.
Yeah.
I gave y'all the floor.
Hey, Black IT is dropping some dimes right now, right?
Oh,
You know,
man.
let me drop the dimes, man.
Madness on the
All right,
17th
Madness,
hour
man.
right now. I'm on my 17th hour, y'all. I'm just trying to
man,
close the shop.
Go ahead, man.
Who invented?
Hey, how y'all gonna cut off Black IT when he's trying to shine?
Man.
The
Let
cool
the man
intro.
shine.
The cool intro. That
We're
we
going
get
to
the ice
after hours
cream.
next. That's what's happening.
The chunks
See,
that
see, this what happened.
delivering meals
Black
to the-
man gets the podium, and now we trying to push him off. Unbelievable.
We don't even know what this guy looks like, man. For all
Hey.
we know, it's a white guy back
Yeah,
there. Man. We can't even see his face.
Also, you notice there is
Is
something.
it because he likes
No, he's not gonna get out of here. You notice something in the studio always irritating me.
So chill, you already know.
That
So.
cough, it's not here. No, I wonder why.
Damn.
Oh man.
I wonder why. But all right, we gonna hold that to the next
Yeah,
time.
it's called,
Close it
it's
out.
called because you didn't kiss her today. That's what it's called.
Oh Jesus.
There is something in the studio always irritating me, man.
But now
I'm
the
good.
light skinned dude is out. Now he can breathe. He can breathe good again. It's a trip, man. All right, we're taking this thing home.
We love you, man. Enjoy, man.
This was another good episode. Live at the barbershop. All right. We're not doing after hours tonight, so y'all brace yourselves, okay? Follow us on all the platforms. And that's it, man. Let's go.
Mr. Never.
What the heck?
Check us out on all the platforms.
Remember now,
Don't forget.
next week,
Let's
next
have a
week,
paragraph.
Oh, no,
This
Mr.
is one line.
Mr. Never Sleep.
remember
What is
now,
that?
next week,
All right.
next week we got Fabian Wilson coming in. So everyone get your notes ready as far as learning how to deal with
The money.
no life insurance,
Oh, it's live.
things like that, how to maneuver as far as life insurance on your job, which one's the better ones. For us in the Caribbean, learning more about it. We're gonna have a discussion on that. So Fabian Wilson is coming on next week to teach us and educate us on all that. So I want everyone to get your questions ready, get all the situations. If you have anything at your job that might need to get answered, was this the correct one I should have done? Should I have taken this one? I got laid off. Should I still keep the insurance even though my job's not paying for it? These are all the questions you're gonna ask for free. So
How to make wealth from life
how to
insurance.
create wealth as well, how to use it to do other things as well. So get ready for that.
So check us out. Check us out. All platforms.
All right.
Subscribe.
I'm closing out. I don't know about y'all, but my phone's about to shut down. So
I don't know what to tell
I'm
you.
going back to golfing and things like that.
My goodness.
Man,
This-
you comfortable right now. You
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
Look.
DJ and the
He's
rest
going
of
back to
them guys
goofing.
going out there. All right.
Why you saying he's going back to goofy?
Hey, you see the scenery he got behind him? He over here comfortable
Yeah,
right
baby.
now,
You see
chilling.
that right there?
Hey, Blacks. That's why he's going so
Over,
hard
I'm
at you.
moving on now.
Exactly.
He's not giving up that
Oh my God.
place.
See that?
Look
The
at
high
this man,
rise
bro.
in the
man.
sky.
Look at this man.
Okay.
over here. See this what we talking about. See this what we
Okay.
talking about.
Oh, chill.
Much love. So, child, we're blessed.
Yo.
Be blessed, man.
Can I
So,
close
chill,
it
what
now?
up? What up?
Can I close it now?
You close
John,
out
John,
on
say
top,
good night,
bro.
man. Say good night.
Good
17
night
and a half
and God
hours
bless.
later.
God
Night,
bless.
God bless. Okay?
Again.
Make sure you
See
go
you
out
guys
and
next week,
somebody
9 o'clock,
and take a look at that.
live at the
video.
barbershop.
We out here.
The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are
Put the wrong one on. Put the wrong one on. Oh,
Hey,
God.
hey,
Oh,
hey,
man.
fire his
Go
ass.
out in the world and be somebody.